Hello guys, welcome to another video, and in this video we are going to see another game. It's part 3 of Hanging Pawn, and here we will see a game between Anton Korobov and Bartolomiej Makieja. This game has been played in Poland, Warsaw 2010, and basically we will see the game to understand one of the important learning objectives, that hanging pawn sometimes get it will transform the pawn structure whenever there will be exchange on the e5 square, especially the if you look at my board, especially after the knight e5 kind of traded off, and then how white can build up the attack. So we will see in this game. So after the opening part, if you see in this situation, it was black to play. White has just recaptured. If I just go back few moves, you can see after here white has played a3, and then black found took on c3, white took on c3, and here is the hanging pawn on c3 and d4. Now black has played b7. So black was having another alternative, which is queen to c7, bishop b2, and it is little bit sharper. Bishop b7, c4, queen f4, a4, again bishop f3, queen f3. This line could be possible. And here again, very important that whites has a damaged pawn structure little bit, but this bishop pair is compensating that damage pawn structure, and this is probably more important, that bishop pair is more important than this weaker pawn structure. So black played somewhat bishop b7, which is very natural. White comes with rook e1, centralizing the rook to e8, bishop to g5, queen to c7, unpinning the queen from this diagonal, c4, and also attacking the c3 pawn. So white has played c4, rook c8, sorry, rook c8, bringing all the pieces towards the center. Now this rook is on e8, and here after the standard opening position, here a critical moment came, where if you analyze this game, computer will say probably you should go with a4 a5, but white went on to with some pawn structure transformation. White played knight to e5, and here it is one of the position of interest, where black has two white pieces are arranged to create a kingside attack, and black must react it carefully. If black will not react carefully, you will see that what happened in the game, because black was very much careless. And in this situation, multiple options are there, and it's a branch, I would say, because black can play h6 here, one of the possibility, where knight d7, knight d7, sorry, knight d7, knight d7, bishop h4, and bishop pair is giving him good play actually. Queen f4, bishop g3, queen f6, a4, and again followed by a5. Bishop pair is giving white very stable position. So black, instead black took on knight e5, d5, and this is the pawn structure transformation we are talking about in the beginning of the video. But white has transformed the pawn structure. Yes, the c4 pawn is weak, but white will launch very powerful attack. If you look at it, white's all pieces are looking towards this attack. Here again, it's a critical moment for black. I'll tell you to pause the video and find out what is the best move for black. I hope you pause the video and then you check the answer here. Here the correct move for black was to play immediate queen to c6 and creating the counter attack on g2. That's extremely important, because f3 is made by knight g4. Again, you cannot take here, obviously queen g2 is made. So queen e2, and if you try to play bishop h4, then simply queen c5 check, king h1, knight into e5, black will pick up the pawn. The threat is simple, queen this check, and then knight f2. Okay, that is the threat. So queen e2, queen c5 check, bishop e3, knight into e3, queen into e3, bishop e6. And if you see, suddenly the game has changed drastically. The c4 pawn is probably getting lost. Sorry, c4 pawn will probably get lost in this position, and black is the one who is in the driver's seat. But black played a careless move, which is knight to d7, which seems very natural move. That the knight is under attack, we are moving the knight. But it's a decisive mistake. And from here, again, try to pause this video and figure out how white should launch an attack here. White has played queen h5, immediately threatening checkmate. Okay. Knight f8. Again, better move was g6. Play g6. It seems that it's somehow weakening the dark squares, but nothing is going to happen because queen c5 and queen f8 it's coming. So rook e3, queen f8, queen h4. White has an attack, but yes, at least black is not doomed on spot. Knight f8, because black doesn't want to weaken the king side structure. Again, white is playing rook e3. Already the idea of bishop h7, rook h3 is looming and in the air. Queen c6 now, and if you just look at it, queen c6 black has played immediately, but it should be played long ago. Okay, 2 moves before, which is not the correct timing. So that's why we usually say in chess, timing is extremely important. So queen c6, rook g3, rook c7, and the things are making easier for black. Again, the better defense was obviously knight to g6, where rook e1 white could play, and then rook to c7 try to defend on the c6 square. So here rook c7 placed, and again I'm telling you, pause the video and think how white can finish the game off. So here white has played. Once you see 1, 2, 3, 4 attackers are there, only one defender is there. So you can definitely think there is some sacrifices coming. What is the sacrifice? Bishop into h7. Knight has to take, there is no other option. But now the second move, the last nail in the coffin, bishop to f6, and game is completely lost. You cannot play g6 because queen h7, king h7, the beautiful queen sacrifice leads to simple checkmate. So bishop h7, knight h7, queen f6, bishop f6, and queen c4 has played in this position. And again the game is completely lost. Rook g7, king f8, and here you cannot play queen h7. It's a blunder because of queen c1 checkmate. So white played queen h6. What is the threat? Rook g8 check and queen g7 checkmate. Imagine if you are playing something else like that, maybe b5. So rook g8 this and mate. Okay, that is white's threat. So here black played rook c8. Black is simply moving the piece, but still you cannot just stop the checkmate. Rook g8 and black resigned this position. If you take here also, instead of playing that, if you take here, then also I will take, and again queen h6 is unstoppable and it's a checkmate. I hope you like this video, and if you learned something from this video, especially that careless knight d7 move, instead of that queen c6, black would be in the driver's seat, but that one move, one wrong move, careless knight d7 trading, removing it, retreating it back to the d7 square, just simply bring the downfall for black. If you like this video, please share with your friends. If you are new in my channel, kindly subscribe. See you in the next video. Thank you for watching. Bye bye.